welcome to Moon Mage. And I hope that everybody who celebrates Christmas had a really nice Christmas, and anybody still celebrating particular holidays is having a great holiday. This tarot reading, this video, is all about the new moon happening in Capricorn. If you're not interested in hearing this introduction about what this new moon is all about, what it's asking us, you can go ahead down to the description box and pick a message 1 through 3. Have a look at the thumbnail. There are 3 moons there, and pick whichever one is calling to you, and those will be your messages that are coming up for you around the time of this new moon. Otherwise, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the importance of this new moon in Capricorn. It couldn't come at a better time in our year, in our cycle of our lives, because it's the starting point. It's where we're setting intentions. It's where we're looking forward to the future and saying, okay, what do I want this next year to look like? What do I want to cultivate? What am I passionate about? Am I going to move towards my purpose? Capricorn is very much connected to career and passion and purpose and hard work. And so we're coming into this new moon energy not necessarily doing anything just yet, but preparing to, and looking at things very closely, really. Like, we're really wanting to spend the time to go over our lives, to go over the past year, to reflect on what goes, what stays, where we want to go, how can we create a blueprint for it. It's a great time for vision boarding and this new moon energy, also connected to a new year, to really look at, okay, this is what I want it to look like, and then being really honest and real with ourselves, right? Because Capricorn energy is very practical, very real. What am I going to need to let go of? What parts of me are going to struggle with this? The thing that I want, the direction I want to move in. What's going to come up in my limiting beliefs, in my thought processes? What fears is this going to evoke in me that could potentially act as a block to me manifesting the type of life I want moving forward, the year ahead that I want? So it's kind of deep that way, and you really want to embrace this energy of not necessarily doing, but reflecting and planning and figuring out how you're going to move through your own blocks and limiting beliefs so that you can get through them and create this new life brimming with possibilities, opportunities, the job you want, the person you want, the community you want. It's really, it's very reflective of moving into a new year. I always feel like the fact that Capricorn falls when it falls, connected to the new year, is such a great synchronicity, universal thing to have happened, because it is so connected to hard work. Although, again, I've already said it, but I'll say it again. It's not necessarily the time at this new moon to be doing the hard work, but more thinking through what that's going to look like for you moving forward, so that you can eventually start putting in the work and the effort that will be needed to create the life that you want in 2025. So, with that said, go ahead, look at the thumbnail, look at the 3 moons, feel which one is calling to you, and these will give you the messages about what it is that you need to look at, potentially surrender, the energies that will be coming in and around for you at this new moon, and how to navigate them. So I'm going to get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. So let's look and see what type of energies are showing up for you at the time of this new moon. Okay, it's interesting. It's full moon energy, and it's full moon in Scorpio. It says it's time to release negativity. Okay, looking at your limiting beliefs. How are they hindering you? How are they stopping you? How could they potentially act as a big block for you moving forward in 2025 along your life's path? Really getting real, deep, and honest with yourself. Capricorn really doesn't let us off the hook with that. It says, no, I'm going to keep throwing it in your face until you actually face it. Like, it's kind of like facing that shadow, our inner demons. So this is the big ask for you at the time of this new moon. It's time to release negativity. We've got Capricorn energy, and it says achieve. Capricorn energy. That couldn't go better. And it's funny because it's water energy that we're starting with. So we're looking at our emotions, but then we're moving into more practical, tangible energy of achieving, earthy energy. What am I bringing down? And it feels almost like This is your first step. Release the negativity, and then you can start to achieve things. If you've been trying and you keep butting up against that same problem, I keep thinking of this like it's a goat, right? It's like ramming your head against the same thing. You keep falling into this the same problem, the same pattern keeps coming up for you. It has something to do with energy blocks that are connected to negative thinking. I almost feel like for some of you, it's almost like depressive energy that is a result of circumstances in your life. So again, really looking at that so that you don't keep butting up against it, because you have achieved moving forward from this energy, right? It's going to be the time to take action on things, but we can't bring these old limiting beliefs with us. Otherwise, we'll never get there. We'll just keep butting up our heads up against the same problem over and over. Yeah, okay. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Right. You know, it's almost like you really do have like 1, 2, 3, like steps. Here are the steps. Here's the first step, second step, third step, right? Achievement looks different for you, message 1. It looks like I've let go of this stuff that I've been holding on to for a long time that's kept me in some sort of loop and pattern. I am just breathing and I'm manifesting what I want, which in itself is an achievement. And then all of a sudden the things that you want start moving towards you and you're like, I didn't even have to physically do anything for this to happen. It just started to happen. I started to be really open to it. So you're really going into this void energy with the energy of I need to release. I need to let go of what's been. I need to reflect on the pieces of me that get stuck in these negative thoughts. I feel like for a lot of you, it's about yourselves and your abilities and you know, maybe past mistakes for some of you. And I'm really going to let them go. I'm going to reframe them. Because in my future, I'm moving towards achievement and I'm not going to have to do that much. This release is going to bring it about. That's what this feels like for you guys. Okay. So I've got some earth cards here that we're going to pull to see what they have to say about your situation. Okay, that card flew on the ground, so I'm probably going to have to pause the video so that I can pick it up. Otherwise, I'm going to hit my camera. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second and pick up that card that fell. Okay, guys, so the card that fell on the floor for you, it was power. You've got achieve. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. This is a big ask for you, message 1. Obviously, you are feeling disempowered and there's negativity attached to that. So you probably have some sort of block within the solar plexus chakra. Maybe even the sacral too, because when we're emotionally out of balance, we can go into feelings of guilt, shame, less than, self-esteem issues. So those 2 energy centers, maybe give your focus over to them at this time to clearing them. Use mantras, whatever you need to do to get back in your power, because you absolutely are powerful. I just think situations, circumstances, and probably issues related to your childhood, like I know that's getting a little deep, have created a block around your power. But you are that. And I feel like this reading is showing up for you to say, 2025 needs to see you in your power because you've got lots to do and lots to achieve. Universe, Spirit wants to bring it to you, but it's like it will be a waste of time if you're not clear of these limiting beliefs and negative thoughts about yourself. You know, some of you might even have some Scorpio and Capricorn placements or strong placements in these energies in your astrological chart, which would make balancing this out even more difficult. Something to keep in mind. Maybe have a look at that, because it might be able to give you even more information about why this is a hardship for you, and then you can look at it and say, okay, I'm going to choose to evolve from this. Even if it's in my birth chart, like this was always going to be a difficult thing for you to overcome, I believe that you can overcome it. And I feel like it might give some more information. I don't know why I'm getting that. Creation, dream time. Yeah. Owning your power, releasing all the things that have worked out, all the negative thoughts and beliefs and opinions about yourself, perceived mistakes. Going back into that brings about achievement and creativity and a new way forward. I feel like you have a lot to offer and bring to 2025. There's a lot that wants to come to you, message 1. But if this is not resolved, it's going to be dicey. It's going to be hard. It's going to be frustrating. Like if those blocks are still there, you'll just go around. It'll be like 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. But yeah, a lot of positive forward momentum. And I feel like it's particularly connected to what you do, what you create. And it really wants to show up for you guys in 2025. That's what it feels like. I feel like too, some of you felt really disconnected from inspiration, like taking inspired action. You're like, well, I'm not even really inspired by anything right now. Kind of blah. And I think that that's part of the issue as well, trying to find your way through that. Like, is this feeling connected to the fact that I've maybe disconnected a bit from my soul, my purpose, my passion? So it's making me feel restless and blah and down. Something to look at as well. And as I said, this new moon in Capricorn couldn't be a better time to really delve into that, to make meditation of your focus, to really get connected to your soul center again. I'm getting a strong spiritual energy here for my message 1 choosers. I think that you are normally and typically quite spiritual, but it does feel like there's a bit of a severing from it at the moment. Oh my gosh, you guys are feeling so disempowered. Look at this, power, power. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Really need to look at what is causing this feeling of disempowerment. Was it a circumstance? Was it a person? Was it a situation? Is it your own beliefs? Does it stem from childhood? Go deep on this. It feels like it's so important that you do, so that you do not take this moving forward with you. I really can't emphasize enough how much I feel like Spirit and Universe is saying, we need you to get back in your power. We've got something to give you, and that you're going to then give to the world in some kind of way, or that people are going to need, but you need to be in your power. Wow. I'm really connected to the number 8 too, so that might be significant for some of you. Okay. Balance, and we've got the number 11 there. Noticing numbers now. Bringing balance in. You need to get in balance. That's like connected to the Temperance card. So again, you're obviously having an imbalance in your solar plexus chakra because we've got power showing up everywhere. So really looking at that. And I almost feel like for a lot of times when I connect to, oh, somebody's got a block in this chakra or that chakra, and I think that's also in your sacral a little bit too. A lot of times I think it can be more simple to move it out. You don't even really need to know why it's there. I don't feel like that's the case for you though, message 1. I think you do need to understand it, because I feel like that empowers you to say, oh, well, I'm not giving my power away to that thing that happened, or this situation, or because of that mistake. I'm reclaiming this. I'm taking this back. I just think you need to understand it and know why it's there fully and completely. And I don't think all of you do completely understand. Wow, all these black cards as well. New beginnings. God force energy, that's the 0 point. Getting started, that's coming right under it's time to release negativity, because this brings about that new beginning. We've already touched on that. Very, very much true for you guys. Really needing to look at this before you move forward and start doing new things and creating new things. Look at this. Look at all these black cards. Triumph. Yeah, you're going to overcome this. You absolutely have the potential to overcome this, but you do need to step back and look at your thoughts, your negativity, whether it's caused by internal processes or also outside circumstances, which I think is true for some of you. Looking at it really, really, like, it's almost like, I'm not usually an advocate of overthinking, but it's almost like putting it under the microscope and really understanding it. Again, it feels like it's necessary for my group 1 choosers, Like, it'll just make you feel better to really be able to look at it from all sides and see how it's manifested. And so that you can really say, absolutely not, no more of this. I'm over it. Yep, firm foundation. Love that for you guys. Earth energy as well. So some grounding as well. This is the result. This is what comes after getting back in your power, finding your balance, beginning with an open heart and that sense of creativity and innovation and excitement. I am inspired to move in this direction. I'm really excited about it. I'm going for it no matter what. I feel like, again, really feeling connected to your spirit again, because I get a strong spiritual energy from you guys, many of you guys. I almost wonder if some of you have a spiritual gift to offer, and maybe you haven't been. My apologies. My heater's going to go off and be really loud in the background. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. I feel like, okay, yeah. I was like, I want to look at the bottom card. I don't know why I'm feeling pulled and connected to the bottom card, and it's authority. It's another number 4. You got 4 there and 4 there. All solid foundations, also 44, connected to the angelic realm. I feel like call them in and ask them for help with this. Help me to see the truth of what blocks me, what's connected to the negative thinking that I have. Where did it come from? How do I release it and move forward and reconnect to my soul self, my purpose, my passion? Being your own authority in this, right? And that's just also connected to coming back to your own power again. Okay. And you know, I'm getting this message of the way forward is through. The way forward is through. Sometimes that means we have to go through some hard stuff and through the hard energies and through the hard shadow aspects of ourselves. Maybe even, you know, for some, it could be a little bit traumatic, but it's like, it's the only way to release this. Hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. And it's Archangel Gabriel. So maybe calling an Archangel Gabriel to help you, since it's showing up here for you. Be a magnet for light, love, and joy. And I think it's because it moves through you and to others in some kind of way, typically and normally, but is blocked at the moment. But you are that. You are a magnet for light, even if you feel like you're not connecting to it right now. Bat, see through illusion into truth. And it's Archangel Dorenka. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Yeah, you are intuitive. You are spiritual. Seeing through illusion into truth. You have the ability to do that. I'm also noticing the little orbs around here. Yellow, solar plexus, blue, throat expression. But also, you know, if we were to darken that blue light, it would be connected to intuition as well. Either way, you have the ability to see the truth. And I feel like some of you deliver truth to others too, and that's not always well received. I'm wondering if that's part of this issue. Every time I try, every time I say the thing that needs to be said, the elephant in the room, I get crap for it. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like that, and you're feeling like I'm just going to kind of like retreat back and hide myself and stay in the shadows because I don't feel valued or appreciated for this. I feel like it's needed. You speak truth that might be hard for others to hear. See through illusion into truth, absolutely. Right? And when we're not being our authentic selves in that way and speaking the truth, even if it's hard for others to hear, we do go into illusion, right? We forget that that's actually our superpower, and I think it is for some of you. And also, I think you can deliver truth to others in a way that is well received through diplomacy. Like, I'm assertive with this, but I'm not aggressive. Okay. All right. Let's pull a couple of moon cards. Oh, no, that's my divine door, so we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to pull a couple of moon cards. I always like to look at these as almost affirmations that we can use for ourselves when we're falling into patterns or thinking negatively or down in the dumps in any kind of way. To remind ourselves. So there's the image. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yeah, yeah. And absolutely is going to come your way, especially if you release this energy that needs to go, right? And not bring it forward with you into your new year, into the future. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Keep saying that to yourself. Message 1. I will not remain stuck. I choose change. We've got a theme happening here. And they're both, one's a waning crescent moon energy and the other one's a waxing. Waning is when it's ebbing back, and waxing is when it's coming into fullness. I'm not sure why I feel like I needed to say that, though. And then we've got, I am courageous and powerful. Leo energy coming through strong, too, right? We've got that man's face here, right? Half man, half lion. Lion, power. Maybe call on lion or lioness energy to help you feel more empowered and strong in yourself and your resolve. And what you bring. I am that I am. I have that lion energy running through my veins. I almost think, too, some of you would really benefit from just listening to some motivational speakers online. Put it on in the morning when you wake up so that you're starting your day out on a really good foot, where they're speaking in such a way that you're like, I can't not be motivated by these words. Like, I'm super empowered by this. So much about power has shown up here for you guys. Remember the one that fell back there as I am powerful and courageous. Your divine door. Okay, the sacred lotus, compassion and action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. And I feel like that's really connected to seeing the truth. Watching things unfold as you release these things, you become that jewel. You are that jewel. You've forgotten that you are. But it's like a slow unfoldment. Be patient with this energy, because you will rise from the mud as the lotus does and into the light. That clarity, that truth. Using compassion for yourself and others. Compassion and action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. I almost feel like that should say, in my spirit's jewel, for some of you, because you guys need to remember that you are that. You are beautiful. You are needed. You are powerful. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that all of you have a beautiful new moon and really lean into these energies that are stuck, stagnant, holding you back and limiting your abilities and what you're here to do. Okay, take care, guys. Hello, message 2. Let's have a look and see what is coming up for you guys. Ooh, it's new moon energy, and it says prosperity lies ahead. Nice. New moon in Taurus. So what we're creating here, right, because it's Taurian energy, and because it's happening in the new moon in Capricorn, this could also be leaning into how you're going to create prosperity, receiving answers around this, especially if there's been blocks with it. We'll see what else shows up, though. Either way, good things coming. Sun, source energy. Okay. I definitely think this is a message of you have the ability at this time to connect to how to create prosperity, and it will come. It's almost like it's a guarantee, which I would almost never say in any of my videos, because I'm very aware of free will and how mutable energy is and how changeable it is, especially because of the choices that we make or the delays that we put upon ourselves because we have our own stuff to work out internally. But this feels more like, if you create space to connect to source energy, meditate on this, open your mind to it, reflect, you will connect to the truth of how to do this, and it's going to happen. And 18, I'm noticing the number 18, so that could be significant. And in numerology, it would be the 9, which is an energy of completion. Something becomes complete. Full circle, seeing the picture. I feel like that's a bit of a message for some of you guys too. Okay. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Okay. Let me know in the comments below if you're somebody who's been watching my videos. This type of messaging is coming up a lot, especially in the weeklies, with almost every week with one of the messages where it's like, stop striving and pushing so hard, create space to receive and get in flow, because this is where the magic happens. Is that you? Are some of you receiving that message and you're having a hard time? Maybe some of you even have strong Capricorn energy in your birth charts, because they always want to be working, striving, achieving, pushing. And this is your call to really go into this new moon energy, that void energy, to reflect, call in, connect to wisdom, because there's a lot of possibility and prosperity on the other side of you doing that. You will receive answers, wisdom, the way forward. And like I said, it almost feels like when you do, as long as you follow what you receive, it's like it's guaranteed. You're going to see prosperity. You're going to see abundance. Let's pull some more cards. I'm going to use my earth cards here. Let's see what else is showing up to you. And the yellow is really standing out too. So empowerment, that also showed up in message 1. Being in your power. And I feel like part of your power, whether you realize it or not, is when you're in flow and not pushing so hard, as this says. But I think I'm getting a strong work ethic, workaholic energy for some of you. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to just be. It's like you are radiant and you have radiance to emit to the world. And when you're in that flowful energy, that's exactly what you're doing. And it's like you're letting up the way for a lot of people. It almost feels like in jobs and things as well, like as a leader in some way. Okay, that was just the bottom card. Grounding. Okay, yeah. Being present. So a little bit of a heads up from universe. This is an energy center to work on, staying present, staying grounded, being in the moment. And absolutely that makes sense if we're trying to keep pushing and striving and doing, getting centered, right? This will help you connect even higher to that source energy, that wisdom. Activation, right? This is the result. These messages have been coming out almost like a map. This is the first step. This is the second step. And that's how it's showing up for you as well. Don't worry. What you want you back. There is abundance and prosperity to be had. First, connect to source. Surrender to effortlessness, not pushing so hard, being present, really feeling connected and grounded. And then something activates. Things start to move forward, which I think my message 2 choosers are far more comfortable with. Productivity and moving and doing. And it will come. It will come. It's a result of you actually stopping and pausing in this energy. Things get activated. Things start to move. Okay. Just going to make sure that hopefully you can see these in the camera. I think so. All right. Let's pull some more cards. See what else is up here for message 2. You know, I'm hearing this song. I don't remember who sings it. But the lyrics are like, don't be so hard on yourself. Everyone trips, everyone falls. I don't know if you're stuck on some mistakes that you think you've made and that's making you feel like you have to push even harder. But I feel like the opposite of that is true. Yes, okay, I'm going to leave that there. Ooh, okay, you've been dealing with some hard people, some hard energies, deception and envy. People jealous of what you bring, and I wonder if they're maybe dimming your light and making you feel like you have to keep pushing because of these kinds of energies. Movement, choices, and decisions. It definitely feels like there's been a lot of difficulty. Trial and error, hard personalities, hard people. This feeling of, if I don't, everything's going to fall apart. I must keep pushing, I must keep striving. Ooh, I love this. Look at that triumph right at the center under prosperity lies ahead. I think that some of you have been dealing with some hard people, people who are coming from a place of jealousy, deception. They're coming from a place of lack, and they're projecting it onto you, and they're jealous, and they don't want you to come out on top, but you're going to. Don't worry about that. I feel like it's a driving force for you. I have to push so that these people don't win, so that I can overcome this. You will overcome whatever hardship you're in, and I think some of you definitely are, especially as it relates to, it almost feels like exes, or in a job situation, or like anything that could be dealing with like legal things too. You've also got 2 sevens, right? It's like you're dealing with somebody who is manifested in the dark energy of the 7, and you're in the light energy of the 7. But you need to step back and connect to source to see your way through this situation and not push, because you're going to receive. You will come out on top. Prosperity lies ahead. You will triumph. And I think it's been really difficult in this, what do I do? Like really getting stuck in it. Movement, choices, decisions. How do I? Right? And rather than be in that loop, just know that the information is going to come to you, but you need to be available to receive it. Double 7s though. Patience and planning. Oh my gosh, it's another 7. Look up 7s. Message 2. You've got 3 7s. Patience and planning. It's going to come, right? Things are going to get activated. I feel like this whole message is just like, we need you to stop and pause. There's some information we want to give you. You don't push, because you can't rush this situation. It has to unfold in divine timing. And then you've got like all this winning type energy, like golden energy, source energy coming through, which is connected to abundance, a win, prosperity. 3 7s. That's crazy. That is crazy. I think you should definitely look up the meaning of 7s. Wisdom. Yep. Yes, wisdom. And I feel like that's very much connected to source, right? There is wisdom to be had, to be gained, and to attained. And like I said, it almost feels like if you can relax a little bit and relax your mind and the pushing and the striving, it comes rather effortlessly, as this says, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I know what to do. I see the situation. I know the choice to make. I know who I'm dealing with now. I know how to win in this situation. And it is really going to be connected to prosperity for you. But ebbing back, right? New moons always are asking us to ebb back around something. And for you, it's your striving and your pushing. And feeling like you're being productive. And you have to be. It feels like you have to be. This is the story you're telling yourself. I have to, or else. And I feel like Spirit, the universe jumped in to say, no, that's not true. Stop, pause. There's more to this than meets the eye. Especially if some of you haven't seen what's going on behind the scenes. People doing devious, sneaky things. You will see it. Those lyrics from that song just keep playing over my head. Don't be so hard on yourself. Everyone trips, everyone falls. Who sings that? You know what I just realized too? This is a 5. 5s are connected to change. And then you got 2, which is about balance, making good balanced choices and decisions. But 2 and 5 also make 7. Really, really empowered by the number 7. This came up in message 1 too. See through illusion into truth. Yeah, there's some information that you're missing. There's some wisdom that you have not attained. And I think it's not even just like of a spiritual nature to move a big thing forward, though I do think for some of you that's the case. But for others, it's the truth of a person or a situation or an underhandedness or a devious sneakiness that you haven't quite connected to or noticed yet, but that you really will. See through illusion into truth. And it says Archangel Dorinka, I believe that's how you say it. So maybe even calling in their energy to help you to see the truth. Raven. Number 5 is the number of change, wisdom being attained, all this golden light coming in, and now you've got prepare for change. Archangels Azrael and, I hate this one, Bactai. I'm probably not saying that right, and that's okay. You can hopefully read the names and you can call them in too for help. Either way, getting ready for change, a shift, activation. But remember, it all hinges on you leaning into the new moon energy of connecting to source, kind of going into that void, not pushing, and just allowing, getting into flow. Wow. This is very, like, this energy of so much enlightenment as a result of you taking these, taking this advice, essentially, and just so much receptivity as a result of it, and, like, epiphany. Okay, let's pull some moon cards. I say this all the time, but I always think of these as like affirmations that we can use, especially when we're struggling with something or frustrated or in negative thinking of any kind. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Well, that couldn't be better connected. Prosperity lies ahead, source energy. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Yep. Really, really strong message to create space for this message too. You will receive, and I don't say that lightly. I don't generally say things in absolutes because I recognize that energy is not absolute. But I feel like it is for you if you give yourself over to this. I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. Yep, no hasty decisions, no pushing, allowing. I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. And that's under triumph. And you've also got, movement choices and decisions over here. You don't want to make any hasty decisions right now just for the sake of doing something instead of feeling like you're doing nothing. There we go. I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. I definitely get leadership energy here from you guys. Leading the charge. And I think that's also a bit of the dark side of that for you is feeling like you always have to be on and doing. But you can do this wisely and with love. And you've got wisdom there, source energy. I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. And it says Moon Goddess Henna. And I'm not sure why I'm noticing that or why it's standing out to me, but maybe look her up too. Maybe maybe it would be helpful to you rather to draw her energy in for you to help you through this situation. Okay. I'm going to cap this off with a divine door. Her message to divine doors opening up for them. What do they need to know? Intuition. Simple, complex words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. Wow. And you've also got, what else we have? Seeing the truth. Seeing through illusion. You're really, really being asked to add back and connect to your intuition, to source energy, to crown, wisdom, higher mind. Don't try to push on anything. No hasty decisions just for the sake of making decisions. I really, really feel like you're strongly going to receive and see things clearly, see through the illusion, really connect to what to do next. And then again, as a result is almost like this guaranteed win, prosperity. Simple, complex words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. Yeah. So clairsentient, really leaning into your heart space as well. I almost feel like it would be a really good idea for a message to do a full-on like energy cleanse and alignment with a focus on your third eye and your crown to receive, and then down into the heart space too. So that you're feeling your way through and not just thinking your way through, because I do think a lot of you are in your thinking mode right now. And look up sevens. Definitely a strong and powerful message there for you guys. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that you all have the most amazing, beautiful moon, and give yourself over to flow. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. Let's have a look and see what type of energies are showing up for you at the time of this new moon. Okay, it says the answers you need are coming, and it's full moon and Gemini energy. So there's a lot of polarity with that, but also very much connected to information. Information is forthcoming in some way. So if you're feeling frustrated and stuck and unsure about something, maybe it's a direction, what to do next, it's on its way to you. So know that. Often this card is connected to ebbing back to receive and then moving forward as a result of the information that comes through. But we'll see what else shows up for you guys. Ooh, we've got Midheaven and Pinnacle. Okay, I'm going to say something here. Some of you should probably look and see where your Midheaven is in your astrological birth chart. You do need to know when your birth time is to have an accurate depiction of your midheaven, but it's very much connected to purpose and what we're meant to do, natural gifts that we might not be aware of, or the area of life where we'll do best because it's connected to our soul, talents, gifts, abilities. I feel like some of you should give yourself over to checking into that, but on a more metaphorical level, Midheaven Pinnacle is suggesting something's coming to a precipice, a point, an ending almost, right? Where you'll see the truth of something, you'll receive the information, and then you can make decisions on how to move forward from there, or to move forward from that. Also, you know, it's like castles in the sky, almost like this wisdom, this information, this guidance is going to be very well received. It's good information coming through. Sorry guys, my heater keeps kicking on because it's cold where I am and it's very loud and there's not much I can do about it. Okay, surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Yeah, something coming to a head, this information brings you what you need. It's good information, it's right action, and then you have to act on it. But remember that this new moon energy in Capricorns are hardworking. I feel like it first starts with creating a blueprint, setting some intentions. Okay, this is where I'm going to go, and then actually doing the thing, not putting it off, saying yes to it. But you've definitely got something coming, some information coming your way that is going to be super helpful and really be a catalyst for you to know what to do next and how to go about it. It's just a matter of saying yes to it, creating a foundation around it, and then moving forward with it. Ooh, harmony, nice. There is definitely some good copacetic, connective. It almost feels like, well, it says harmony, so it will be harmonious, but like it's almost like spiritual in nature for some of you. Like it's synchronistic. This is what I'm trying to get myself to say. Synchronicity, bringing harmonious energy, bringing awesome information, connected information, where almost like you're seeing things in threes, or you're being confirmed and affirmed in some way over and over and over again, receiving signs, synchronicities, seeing the way forward, those castles in the sky with this information. And it's like, yes, trust it. This is a harmonious way forward. This is your path. All good, you know, smooth sailing. Go with it. Start putting in some energy and effort around it. Coming into a really good time for you. Sanctuary. Okay, this is this polarity of Gemini, right? When to push, when to go forward, when to move back. And this new moon in Capricorn is the same, because Capricorn is hardworking and they want to go, go, go. But the new moon in Capricorn wants you to set intentions. And that's the polarity that you're dealing with here. How long do I ebb back? How long do I stay in the shadows or in meditative, contemplative energy? And how long should I wait before I start taking action? It's trying to find a balance here for you guys, right? Because sanctuary, going within, you will receive the answers, the information that you need. It's coming. And then you're going to receive it in signs and synchronicities, I feel really strongly. Once you do, and you know that you're connecting and it feels right, and things feel balanced and harmonious, this is when you say, okay, I trust this, I see it, I get it, I've felt through it. How do I create this? What is my foundation? How can I start building upon this? Because it feels like, oh, this is my way to the castle in the sky for me. Like my purpose. This is leading me where I want it to lead me. I've always kind of wanted this. I just was afraid. There's something to that as well here for my message 3s. Believing. I think faith, trust too is coming into play here for my message 3s. Let's pull some more cards. It's funny too, because I'm just realizing too that she's, because it's, again, it's that polarity of the full moon in Gemini energy, which we're in actually, we just finished being in. Her eyes are closed here and she's in that contemplative energy, and then her eyes are awake. It's like she's looking this way and she's like, oh, that's what I gotta do. It's that. So I'm wondering if some of you guys took the time in the energy of the full moon of Gemini, which was prior to this new moon in Capricorn, to get meditative and contemplative. I think maybe some of you have, and you have received answers. Maybe you're second guessing them or doubting them. Please don't do that, message 3. You were receiving accurately. Ooh, throat chakra. So if this is showing up, it's coming as a kind of a first energy, an important energy to really think and contemplate. What needs to be expressed through you? What are you not saying? What do you have to offer through words, wisdom? That could be either spoken aloud, said to a person, to yourself. There's something in your expression, personal soul expression, that needs to be brought out into the world in some way. But if it's showing up like this, it's because there may be a bit of a block there for you. Something you're holding back on saying, expressing. And again, that could be more metaphorical, where it's like this, the world, certain people in this world need what you have to offer through your words. I think you're probably very good with words naturally, but there's a block here that's stopping you from expressing this thing. So keep that in mind, right? It's a bit of a heads up to look at that energy. I'm noticing that's a blue moon too, and it's connected. Blue is connected to the throat chakra. Mental conflict, overthinking, really stuck in your head. Try to do your best to bring yourself back down into your heart, to your center, to groundedness, because this is where you do feel more connected to your soul self. You see the way forward, you receive the accurate information. If it's too loud up here though, it's like there's too much noise, and you know, higher mind, wisdom, spirit, they can't get through. Your higher self can't even, you know, crack the mental activity at times when we're just too busy, too loud. I'm wondering if some of you didn't give yourself over to meditative energy or contemplative energy, you know, trying to come into balance at the time of this the full moon in Gemini. I really, really think that would be a good idea for you. Yeah, look at this. The answers you need are coming. Conflict and defeat. Feeling like things have not been working out. Feeling a little lost, a little stuck. I have some failures from my past. I'm really stuck in those. It's making me afraid to move forward and express and be seen. All this kind of energy feels like it's here for my message 3s. And you've got 2 5s too, right? So, and 5s are connected to change. So it's like something needs to shift, something needs to change, and it's connected to the way that you show up in the world, the way you express yourself, to what you naturally have in that midheaven energy. Whatever sign it's in, there's some natural gifts and talents there that need to come out that you can lean on. And I think that they've been a bit ignored by my message 3s. you know, they need to be brought out. The world needs it. Your soul wants for you to be expressing in this way and coming into this harmonious energy, balanced. Oh my goodness. Harmony twice. Really needed to bring in harmonious energy and balance. Lightheartedness. I say this often in my readings. We really undervalue how much lightheartedness, happiness, and joy and silliness raises our vibration and releases heavy, hard, frustrating, hurtful energy. It really, really does. And it really opens us to wisdom, to our intuition, to our soul. It helps us connect very, very strongly. But because we've got conflict and defeat, and then mental conflict, not expressing, and then we've got these lovers here with harmony. Some of you may be experiencing hardship and difficulty with a partner where it's been anything but harmonious, where you feel defeated by their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, what they're doing, how they show up for you or how they don't show up for you. And you may need to express something within this union to bring harmony back in, but your throat is closed up. There might be fear around that. This is a general reading, so that's not going to resonate with all of you, but I do think some of you are in this hard energy in relationship where it's not harmonious, where the scales have been tipped, there's not enough balance, things need to be said. You're not sure how to move forward, but that wisdom wants to come through, and it's all going to come to that pinnacle, to that precipice, so that you can say, okay, I see it now. I need to move on this. I need to let my feelings be known and express myself, and then let it go and let God do with it as they will. But I feel like the answer is there's healing in this connection. Remember, I'm touching on this because I recognize this as general, and for some of you, this is an energy you're probably in, and this new moon is going to offer an opportunity to set the scales right, to balance the situation out and make it harmonious. But for others, I definitely think it's connected to your soul purpose, your passion, what you're here to do, and that you're not doing it at the moment, that there's doubt around it, that you second guess it, that maybe you dismiss signs and synchronicities as just a coincidence, and that spirit and universe is jumping in to say, please don't do that. This is true. We want you to follow these breadcrumbs. It's going to lead you to your passion, to your purpose, what you're here to do. Yes, look at this, discontent and boredom. A lot of you living in this mental conflict, in this space of frustration and lostness, stuckness, apathy. Apathy comes to mind. I'm not ignited. I don't feel the thing. I'm no longer connected to God, spirit, wisdom, source, whatever resonates with your universe at this time. I feel like they've forgotten me, maybe even feeling like you used to be, but you're not anymore. None of this is true, message 3. It is time to look at these energies and turn them on their heads, and you have the ability to do that at the time of this new moon, not necessarily just on that day. It's an energy, right? It's going to start a few days prior, and it'll go all the way up to the full moon that will be happening after in Cancer, which is an emotional moon, right? It's connected to home and family. So really give yourself over to this so that you can receive wisdom and guidance around this, to get into this energy of harmony where you're feeling more connected. Oh my gosh, I was feeling the need to look at the bottom card. Financial and material changes. Now, this can be destabilizing, especially if we look at out of the gate as a bad thing, like, oh no, I can't believe this happened. Now we have this hard thing to deal with that's going to cost us a lot of money. And this could be for those of you where I feel like it's connected to your partner and it's causing strife and disharmony and conflict and not seeing eye to eye, connected to finances. I feel like, again, there's a wisdom and a way through where it's like you get to those castles in the sky and it ends up being something that you're like, this is really sucking and really hard to get through, but I know that there's a way through that's going to be even better on the other side of this hardship. I just can't see it right now. And it's another 5. 5, 5, 5. Expect change. Message 3. Change is on the cards. Change is coming for you. Being in a really good place mentally and emotionally is going to be of great importance to you, right? To bring harmonious, balanced energy to the situation. Because I can't, and also, again, using your words and expressing yourself, because I can't help feeling like it's going to look really rough and frustrating or some of you are already in this, but there is something much better as a result of this situation, that if it didn't happen, you wouldn't have got to the new thing. I hope that made sense. There's a lot going on here, I feel like, for my message threes. Right, and I'm being really pulled to the surrender procrastination because the answers that you need are coming. This is saying that, right? And it's like taking action. So once you receive the thing to do, it's so important that you don't overthink it, that you don't assume that you're getting it wrong or that it can't be right. It is going to be, and it'll help to turn these harder energies around. Also, using your words, speaking up, speaking out, necessary. I think some of you guys have been holding your tongue for far too long. Tiger, accept your magnificence. Archangel Raphael, which is the angel of healing, right? So like I said, there's definitely two messages here, and some of them may be connected. You'll know who you are, and you'll be able to use your own intuition to see how they connect. But accepting your magnificence, shining your light, being heard, being seen, speaking up for yourself, for your situation, and also for, using that magnificence that you are once you've received this information to actually go forth towards your passion and purpose and make it happen. Especially if you're having pushback from others, you're still meant to go through that and push through that to the other side, and it's like winning energy. Two cats. Be relaxed and independent. Archangel Raphael again. Okay, Raphael. These readings have been so connected. Be relaxed and independent. Yeah, there's definitely, it feels like there's some disowned parts of you, message 3, where you are capable, where you are comfortable in who you are as a person and what you bring and how you say things and do things and how you express yourselves. This all needs to come back. It's a part of your independence. Connecting to that cat energy, shining your light, seeing your magnificence. Being relaxed and independent. Call in Archangel Raphael, though, because he's showing up twice here to help with healing, I think, especially around the throat chakra. So that you can say what needs to be said, express it. Whether this is in a relationship, in a community, or to the world in some way, on some kind of platform, through words, or all of it, because some of you could be in all of this kind of energy. It's time to do it. It's time to step up and do it. Yeah, trust that you're capable of this. Okay, let's pull some moon cards. Okay, 2 fell out right away. Did that one just flip over? I think it did. Well, we'll see. Didn't show up. All right. Okay. So the first ones that flew out that turned up says, my words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. Yeah. Using your expression in the best possible way, for good, for positivity, for good things. My words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. Yeah. Something in that throat chakra is out of whack for my message 3s. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. Yeah. For some of you, I feel like this information could be a little bit like destabilizing, because I definitely think there's more than one message coming through here for message 3. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. Yeah, so being careful of not having tunnel vision, or maybe being too reactive to the information if it's not what you were expecting or hoping for. Although I do think for more of you, it's going to be good wisdom and good information. Look at, I teach people how to treat me. Some of you have been through it. Not feeling heard, not feeling seen, not feeling appreciated. And then therefore having that cause mental conflict, feeling defeated, feeling disconnected. you know, from that throat chakra, from harmony, and all of this is on the table for you to rectify, clear, make better, stronger, so that this doesn't come forward with you into 2025, right? It's all on the table to be sorted and fixed, essentially. I feel like this would be a really good mantra for you guys. I teach people how to treat me. I choose to take a higher perspective. Also, like, there's an energy of do not engage in conflict with others who are just trying to push your buttons and get you to kind of lose it and snap. No thank you to that. I feel like just do not engage. Okay, so this is our final card for message 3. It's a divine door. Lots of different steps here. It says birth. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. Oh, I love this for you guys, especially when we feel this hard energy that's been around or that may have showed up at the time in and around this new moon. Do not despair, message 3. Because this is the door that eventually opens as a result of some of this harder stuff, this healing work, these frustrations that you've been doing, this lack of harmony and imbalances that you've been dealing with. This is what's on the card for you, a new beginning. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. Yeah, and I feel like that's so much connected to not procrastinating once you receive this energy of really, really trust what you get, your vibes, the signs that are showing up for you. They're all real for you. They're all true for you. Lean in and move forward with it. And again, I just do not engage for some of you with people who are trying to push your buttons and get you to be reactive in negative situations or draw out negativity from you in some way. Be really mindful of that. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm wishing you all a beautiful new moon. Take care, guys.